Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I was just reading the book about Lee. Why don't you pull up a chair and a glass of whiskey and join me in learning about the legend of Lee Bridgeford. I should start at the beginning. Lee came out of the womb doing a perfect, flawless Steve Smith impersonation.
But it wasn't all birthday parties and stroller rides. As he would be reminded of later in life when attending OCAD, hard partying and decadent living usually leaves you passed out in a makeshift bed beside a tree. But winter was coming, and it was time for Lee to begin looking towards the future and trying out different career paths. But none of these would suffice until Lee was approached by a mysterious stranger. This mysterious stranger would come to Lee throughout his life, always in animal form, to guide him. The message was always the same: you will rule the web. To be fair, this was a very confusing message before the internet existed. But his animal messengers were consistently in his life with this prediction. So he took to task in earnest, spending many years trying to find the right outfit. No. Classy, but not classy enough. Closer, but still a little too Blues Brothers. Almost, but still a little too stuffy. Way too casual. Other than the woman photobombing him over his shoulder, I think we're on to something. Almost. So close. There we go. Everyone always ends at James Bond. Now this man was ready to take on the world and its wide web. The man even developed a refined signature to go with his refined look. So it was time to leave the big city behind. Adios, amigo. Via con queso. Unfortunately, the jungle has a way of changing a man, and Lee was no exception. As he became more dangerous, he became more noticeable. We have an interview with the international woman of mystery, who put Lee back on the right path in his quest to rule the web.
Вітаємо з виходом на пенсію, стільки років праці без перерви, дають вам право для себе пожити. Бажаємо жити гідно і красиво. Ми навіть вам трішечки заздримо і скільки нам до пенсії вважаємо. Нехай пенсію більшу регулярно вам платить держава вдячно. Как ни грустно, но все завершается. Сквозь судьбу провели нас года. И сегодня мы с вами прощаемся. Но, конечно, не навсегда. Пусть останется в сердце песнью все, что врело много лет. Все, что делали с вами вместе мы в жизни яркий, оставит след.
That journey was a long and arduous one, filled with standing around, looking like a casual, and thinner Stanley Kubrick, both by land and by sea.
But Lee found love along the way. Love, and a colorful alien that would lure him towards the web. And that shocking, otherworldly stud muffin would soon show Lee a sign and direct him to the captain. This was a scary world, filled with frighteningly childlike monsters. Narcoleptics, pimps, light-fearing vampires, and murderers. But Lee was not alone. He had a loyal team of musketeers. Okay, mouseketeers, an ever-changing but ever-loyal band of misfit coders.
Communication was the first hurdle they had to overcome, as Lee's decades as an operatic baritone god had left his voice exceedingly quiet, soothingly so, and often hard to hear, especially with his arch nemesis, White Noise, nearby, as you will see in this archival footage.
I can't hear anything. Can't hear. No. Do you think it's the sax?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
No, still can't.
I don't think that's it.
No.
I still can't hear him.
Undeterred, Lee found his secret weapon, his Excalibur, his Lucille, his whiteboard.
While Lee would never let himself be filmed using his secret weapon in battle, we have an expert recreation of his tactics by the world's foremost Lee Bridgeford impersonator.
To be talking about the site map is draw a site map. Universal symbol for site map. I'm not sure why. I could read it. Of course, into the hierarchy vortex right here, while moving the database to a forefront position from the rear, what we call non-frontal development, because we're not about the full frontal development here, it's just about the back end, really.
Damn, that guy was good. Couldn't even tell it wasn't Lee. Now, where were we in Lee's quest to rule the web? He had the team, but he needed some more parts. Down, Fluffy! After being sent on his 1,070-second seminar on developing your personal brand, he did what everyone else would do if they were unwilling to properly develop a brand. He made up a snazzy logo instead.
He liked this one, but felt it lacked a certain men hanging out in a hot tub vibe. Problem solved. No, Lee. It's not time for a Guinness yet. Danger was still afoot, and threats still existed around every corner. What's worse, his bravest co-workers were lulled into a sleep by the latest in technology, leaving him defenseless. He needed a castle. The first one he saw seemed a little too showy. What with its windows that open... Ah, yes. That's the right shade of bland. It was time for Lee to rightfully take his place as Lord of the Web.
And if you're wondering why Lee is retiring still so young, during the making of this documentary, certain discoveries were made that may have hastened his departure.
James, do you know where Lee's TPS report is?
Oh yeah, I think so, man. Give me a second. Sorry, I've got no idea. I don't really know where Lee keeps anything in his desk.
But sadly, we're not here to talk about liquor and porn. So instead, here's John Lennon wishing Lee a heartfelt goodbye in the words of Peter Gibbs at the request of Steve Smith. That's ridiculous. Where's my drink? I'm out. Roll the clip.